Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Action Comics 981. This is part of the Revenge storyline, and it's written by Dan Jurgens, art by Jack Herbert, colors by Hi-Fi, letters by Rob Lay. The cover was by Patch Zurcher and Hi-Fi, and it was edited by Mike Cotton, with Eddie Berganza as group editor. Now we start off with Superman breaking free from the Black Vault, or rather it imploding, thanks to somebody else shutting it off, I suppose. I'm not super clear on that. Anyway, Superman is knocked out for a second at Belle Reve. Amanda Waller is sitting there being Amanda Waller. And then we jump over to the villains hanging out in the swamp, and we get a large dialogue between them about how Zod doesn't really want to join anything, which I kind of get. But they convince him that he should come with them instead of just destroying Belle Reve. Meanwhile, Superman comes to. He's having some difficulty, obviously. He wants to know why Waller had Zod supposedly under her control, and yet he escaped. The villains are trying to get away. Superman finally catches up with them. They end up in a big knockdown drag out, and it is actually a really long, cool fight scene, and there's definitely something off with Superman. We're not real sure on what until the end, but one of his senses is not working as a result of the Black Vault, and it's really bad too, because we've got this conspiracy of villains, all of which are difficult on their own, and now they're forming this sort of sinister super team, and it is pretty nasty for the Man of Steel, because he is in a tough spot at the end of this issue. It was a really good issue. I'm real impressed with it. As always, Dan Jurgens is great. This really is a good storyline. I was actually really impressed, because Superman is a very hard character to write, but I thought Dan Jurgens really knocked it out of the park. This issue made me want to pick up the next one, which thankfully I have. I was really excited to jump right into issue 982. So yeah, definitely a good story. The art is good. Now, overall, this was a fun issue. I would highly recommend this storyline. I think it's being reprinted. Hopefully the payoff is as good as the rest of the book, but we'll find out shortly. I would definitely recommend this one. So far, it's really good. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you liked the video, please hit like and consider subscribing. And if you want to support us on Patreon so I can review more comics, Patreon link is in the description or the About page, depending on where you're watching this. So as always, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.